My name is Katie Armour, and I'm the project coordinator here at the MSPCA. 7 or 8 years ago, I actually came upon a pigeon that was hit by a car in the middle of the road, and it was absolutely awful. This poor bird was injured, and I didn't know what to do, and I spent a good amount of time sitting on the sidewalk with it, weeping. And this crazy old woman came over and was like, I can talk to birds, we can help this thing, and sort of led me onto a bus, and I wept the whole way, and actually brought me to this magical place, the MSPCA Angel Complex. And it was, I think, the most impactful event of my adult life, in that I realized that sitting and crying and being pointless did not feel so good. Actually being proactive and doing something for this animal was much better. And it led me to the place where I've worked ever since. At first it was horrifying. I know the first dog in one of my first weeks here, that we had this super aggressive dog, terrifying, lunging at the front of his kennel, and it was time for me to walk him. And it was the realization that, oh, I'm that person that has to walk this dog. There's not this magical, dangerous dog person. I'm one of those people. There have been some times that after the fact I realized, oh, I could have died. I literally could have been killed by this animal. Getting upset, getting frightened, sometimes can be useless when you're faced with a dangerous animal. And so you sort of learn to compartmentalize the feelings of panic and dread and all of that, and get through a situation. For the staff who is here 40 to 50 hours a week, there's a certain amount of turning off of emotions. You're surrounded by suffering. Every minute of every day, you're surrounded by animals that are terrified, that have no idea why they're here. You hear a lot of barking, you hear a lot of crying, really these horrible noises. And I think that the staff does become, out of necessity, sort of desensitized to that. You sort of forget that you're surrounded by suffering, and it's our job to always remember that and be cognizant of it, so we can try to alleviate it. And I think as animal lovers and as people that are here with animals during the worst time of their life, and knowing what their previous homes were like, be them good or bad, we want to make sure that all of our animals go into the best homes in the world with billionaires that have nothing but space and ample toys for them. And that's not really reasonable to ask of anybody. And so we try very hard at the MSPCA to not be judgmental, to not be dismissive of somebody that doesn't have nice clothes or maybe doesn't smell great, to not be dismissive of people that are perhaps not super educated. It's become our goal to work to educate and create great adopters rather than hold animals back and wait for perfect adopters.